Hey guys, and welcome back to another round of Gags TV. It's just a little statement and feedback about the DeskMini 310. The new revision of the DeskMini, which supports the LGA 1151 socket with the Coffee Lake CPUs by Intel, and with that the 6 cores, so the i5 8400, i5 8600 and i7 8700. Non-K, all the non-K SKUs which are on a 65 watt TDP. You are a bit limited in the amount of CPUs you can use in this system, but with the 8700 the CPU potential and performance you can get out of this little 2-liter box is insane. You can get 6 cores multi-threaded with 12 threads at 4.3 GHz on all cores, or 4.6 boost frequency on a single core. 4.6 GHz on a processor like this. This is just insane when you consider that it's just a 2-liter box. So what do I have inside my DeskMini this time? It is the i7 8700 with a D-lid, so liquid metal is applied, with the Noctua NHL9i. So a pretty damn good solution for cooling inside such a small system. I used normal thermal paste between the cooler and the IHS, but like I said, I used liquid metal under the IHS. I think this is the best and user-friendliest solution. So I thought this is the most realistic application a user would run through, and yeah, that's what I have done. And furthermore, I have 2 SSDs, so you could theoretically put there inside like 8 terabytes of storage. Yeah, just imagine, it is such a small box, and you could put like 2 hard drives or 2 SSDs inside the system. So you have so many options. With the additional M.2 slot, you even can use NVMe SSDs for the fastest read and write speeds. In my case, I used a 4K capture card by AverMedia, which is using the M.2 slot. It fits just perfectly inside the DeskMini. So I was really happy that this solution was available. Now, after I run through all the testing, I have to conclude that I'm not 100% satisfied with the Asrock DeskMini at this point. It is the second revision, so Asrock had a lot of time to go through the system and make another revision which has improved, and it has not. It has improved in this perspective that it can support now Coffee Lake. But the overall platform, the STX form factor, didn't improve in any way. And that's why I am a bit disappointed in Asrock for not making the product better and safer for the user. So with Coffee Lake, you normally are going to anticipate that you can use 6 cores, and especially most of the enthusiasts will use the i7 8700. Yeah, the highest core count with 12 threads, but you need definitely good cooling to make this system reasonable. So the Noctua NHL9i is a very good and very efficient cooler for this form factor. Definitely the best solution you can stack inside the system. And there's not really, over the boxed cooler from Intel itself, there's not really another option. So this is the cooler which fits inside the system, and this is the cooler I would suggest if there wouldn't be a big issue. Because the main issue is that you have to screw in the Noctua NHL9i from the backside of the motherboard, and it has no backplate. So the screws are getting through the board and attaching to the bracket of the cooler. So it gets bent, yeah? The whole PCB, the whole motherboard gets bent, the socket gets bent. If you screw the screws a bit too far, and there's really not that much of a play. So you have to make them very loose, and it is not good for the overall strength between and the pressure between the IHS, so the CPU itself, and the cooler. So it is not optimal if you want to use it for the cooling performance, Or if you screw it correctly, like you normally would with any other motherboard, yeah, this is a specific issue with the STX form factor, normally with an ITX or M-ATX board, which is much more rigid, which has much more strength to it because it's much thicker and has a backplate. In most of the cases, the PCB wouldn't bend. So that's a very specific issue here with the DeskMini 110 and 310. So the issue was the same with the first revision of this motherboard and the concept, and it's sustained through the next revision. And that's why I am very disappointed, because if you don't want to destroy your board, your DeskMini, you have no other solution than to use the Intel boxed cooler. It has those 4 pins which just snug inside the socket, and it's done. Yeah, and your CPU is done as well, because it has really not that much of cooling performance. It is really loud, and overall it's the boxed cooler. So be honest to yourself, you can't use it with the i7 8700 because it's getting way too hot with that CPU cooler. And the best I can suggest at this point is to use the boxed cooler with a CPU which would run not that hot. And that would be, in my eyes, the best thing you can put inside the system is the i5 8400, which has 6 cores, but no multi-threading. So just 6 cores, 6 threads, and that's it. I mean, it's an amazing CPU, right? Don't misunderstand me. It's an amazing concept. So we have so much compute performance inside such a little system. And what I'm hearing is that Asrock is working on an AM4 based system. So it would support Ryzen APUs like Raven Ridge, like the 2400G, inside an STX form factor. And that would be amazing. You would have, to the amazing CPU performance, additionally an APU which would be able to sustain good gaming. And that's something I want to see. That's something I would love to see in something else or something different than the 310. That was what I was expecting from Asrock, but what they've done is just, yeah. So is there any other option? Is there any other similar system you can make yourself which is in the form factor of the Asrock DeskMini? Yes, there is, and I'm going to present it to you, but not today. That will be another video. I work together with a case manufacturer. It is a completely new manufacturer which is prototyping right now his product, and he wanted to have my feedback and especially your feedback to his product. And that's why we're going to make an amazing build log around his case about the first prototype ever of the case I'm going to review for you and the concept behind it. Yeah, and the best thing about the next project is going to be the fact that it will not rely on a power brick like this thing here. It is nearly as big as the DeskMini itself. And it's ridiculous if you have to take it with you. It is limited. So you have so much limitations inside the system. And the next setup, the next solution I'm going to present to you will have none of these limitations and will be, just in my eyes, the perfect solution for all those enthusiasts who want more than an i5 or an i3 inside such a system. I mean, the DeskMini itself is meant to be as a workstation productivity system or HTPC. So it is really a good system for this purpose. But if you're a really big enthusiast and you want something for traveling around and working on the go, like from a hotel, I think that the DeskMini has some bright sides and some points which makes it really not usable in this case. So I will take a look at better solutions for you, and maybe I will do more English videos. Like I said, I grabbed just my cam. Yeah, thank you so much guys for tuning in, and we see us next time. At this point, there's nothing else to say than gaming fitness, that's you see on Gax TV. Jesus Christ, my face looks so much sharper in freaking 4K. It looks better than the reality is.